Welcome to the round table. This is episode 73. We are your weekly live panel podcast every Tuesday at 6:30. The only live panel podcast with four different people. All interesting, all entertaining, right here for your viewing pleasure. So let's get this cracking. We have a multitude of topics for you guys tonight. You like that? Is that a word? Sprinkle in there? And this is going to be fun. So let's get this cracking. We already got right here Denise Castillo. We got Spanx. We have Floyd Chavez. All right. And we have comments that were on that aren't showing right now. So shout out to everyone that was in the comments. My dogs are going crazy out there. So if that's what you hear, they're rooting us on too. What's up, Jenny? All right. Let's bring in the co-host with the most. We have our blonde bombshell, the one and only. The one that's about them boys, Denise Castillo.
Them boys.
That's
Not
right.
them boys. I said,
hey, how are you?
Hi, good. You look beautiful, like always.
You like always. All right. Let's get into this. And we have our secret co-host. He always comes in
all secretive.
Little mystery. But okay, get ready. There's two that are being secretive right now. I'm just going in a row, so no in a row. Hang tight. Boom. Who's that?
Hey guys, what's up, guys? Good to see you guys. How's everything going? Hey.
Two-Faced Entertainment. That's what's up. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you guys.
I can't leave Cuato hanging right here because he's staring right into the camera. It's like intimidating me a little bit. So I don't know, who is this?
Whoa.
Oh man, he's doing it again.
Hey, he's a little bobbly head, you know. What can you say? This is what I probably would look like if I had hair still. See? Saludos, Fred. Hey, Denise.
Hey.
Saludos,
man. Good to see you guys.
I gotta get my phone code.
There we go. Good to see everyone. We got people in the chat already. You guys go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you're in for us. And we got some good stuff for you guys. So hang tight. Show us some love, and we got some good stories. But let's first catch up on our weekly recap. Jenny, I know that you had like a family event that happened this last week. You want to tell us about that?
Yes. Yeah, I had fun. Saturday we had our family reunion, like I mentioned last week. Not a lot of family showed up like last year, but it was a good turnout. We had lots of fun. They played horseshoes, little bags,
that's a good game right there.
Bags, like tossed the bags and stuff, and there was some prizes and some raffles. We played bingo. It was fun. It was really fun, you guys. My mom, I took my mom a cake. I made her a little card box, and yeah, I had announced Grandma's ready for her gifts, but she's going to the casino, and she just wanted to. First of all, sorry guys, I want to say hi to everybody, and then to everybody in the chat as well. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you for tapping in. Thumbs up. Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
Well, overall, we had a good time. We had a lot of games and stuff. Just hanging out. Shoot, I think I was there for like almost 4 hours. And I had told my girls, we're only gonna stay an hour, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Hey man, enjoy it while you can. That's nice. I mean, it's your mom's birthday, right?
Yeah. She had a good time. My aunts were there. My mom's brother and sister came from Oregon and from Washington. That's where they live. So they came down here for that. And it was good to see them.
That's cool. That's good.
I'm glad to hear that.
I want to shout out to everybody on the chat right there, man. Send mine to everybody.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we went to look at. I don't know if you guys see my Instagram pictures, but we went down the street here to some houses that are fixed up for Halloween. We walked a few blocks. We walked a few blocks and did a little sightseeing up the street. So I never knew that those houses were even like fixed up like that.
Yeah, I was
They
wondering
look like
where
Christmas
that.
almost.
Yeah,
But
they look.
Halloween, huh?
Yeah, but Halloween, they went all out.
Oh, yeah, look at
Dodgers, they won, huh? That's a big
that.
thing. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fred came with the bat ready to
I
measure
know.
up.
Yeah.
Like I said, those bats are where I thought they were, but I didn't look again. So man, I want to show you guys so bad.
Hey,
Right.
over there in Salinas, was there a lot of people celebrating for the Dodgers or no? Big crowds or anything like that? No.
You know what?
No.
To be honest, I don't know, brother, because I live about 30 minutes away from Salinas, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. But there are Dodger fans out here. There are quite a few of them, you know.
There are
Yeah.
some.
Yeah,
There are some. I heard a lot of people like going. I mean, I didn't watch the games. I was like, but a lot of people were watching the football stuff this weekend. So
We didn't have a game this weekend.
no.
But yeah, that was a lot of memes of Angel. Like I see this Homer Simpson one where he was an Angel fan and then he like faded out into
Oh, in the bush.
back there. I was like, wow, dude. It's not happening. But yeah, that's up to them.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear about your family stuff too. We got to do that. That's important, right? To keep the family traditions going. It's up to us now.
Yeah, that's true. We talked about that before. Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
us
well,
now.
definitely.
That's right. House, what about you? What did you do this last week? Anything you'd like to share?
I've been working. Believe it or not, getting this stuff together, and I finally figured out all the audio after I went and bought the thing and it figured out because I was 2 days sitting here for like 6 hours trying to figure it out, and I could not figure it out. And it's simple, but in the hookup of the wires and this and that, so I brought out my extra wires out and set them right here and over here, and I'm like, and I try to figure it out, and I says, man, it's simple. It's a plug and play, right? But no, it's the way it is that I have to route it a different way. And so I had to figure it out. And it took me actually 2 days to do that. And plus, during that time, I was downloading music, turning it into MP3, and then uploading some more music. I got a bunch of music from one of my partners. He hooked me up with a bunch of like 2,000 songs, you know. Yeah. And everything from underground to disco, funk, everything. And then I went and got another part that I went and got, and then that one broke, so I had to go back. And then I've been working, you know, tattooing, doing some tattoo work here and there. And let's see, Saturday, I seen my grandkids, and then they came down. You know, it was my daughter's birthday, so I got to see my grandkids. I haven't seen them in a minute. You know, I see this side of the family, but not the other one, you know, that much. But they came down, and it was good to see them. Got to see Big Al and them. Yeah, so it was a blessing. See my granddaughter. Was holding my granddaughter. She's so cute. She's a cutie. Yeah, the young one. She's a cutie, man. Yeah.
She's still a baby, right? The youngest
Yeah,
one?
she's still a baby. Yeah. She's heavy though, man. She's got some weight on her. I was like holding her. Yeah, but she's cute. And then Sunday, church and feeding the homeless, man. And, you know, what is it called?
Yeah.
Feed them up, pray them up. Feed them up, pray them up.
I like that. That
Nice.
sounds good. You know
Yeah.
what?
But other than that, that's just my life right there. You know, just busy today, busy yesterday.
That's a good life. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everyone. That's
Saludos,
what's up.
everybody.
Hear that. All right, let's move on. And Fred, what do you got? What did you do this last
You know what? I had a pretty good week, to be honest. I went to my appointment. More progress going on. So that's always a good thing, right? Not the greatest news, but it's progress, right? And hey, that's what we're running with. But you know what? I got a chance to. I finally got a chance to catch up on a few things. So being the movie guy that I am, I got to watch Beetlejuice. So I saw that.
Hope you like it.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was good. You know, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, Michael Keaton, man, he still got it, man. He still got it. So that was good.
So he's Beetlejuice in the second movie too?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen it either.
You can't even tell how old he's at. Can't really tell.
No,
how
yeah,
old
I mean, he looked the same in the thing, you know. The thing, I don't know, have you guys seen it? You guys haven't watched it yet?
I haven't
No.
seen
Oh, okay.
Gotta watch it.
Okay. No, you know, the dad, the one to say the dad in the original, I forget the actor's name, but he's not in the second one.
Okay.
Don't
He
spoil
is,
it. Don't spoil
but
it.
no. I'm just saying he is, but they used pictures and they went around it because I don't know if you guys know this. Just give you guys some trivia. He was caught with CP, that actor. So he's you know, so he's not in the movie. You know,
I
so
thought
they,
that's
you
what
know.
I had heard. He was caught with some child stuff
Mhm.
that was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure it
CP.
out. CP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah,
So then,
okay.
I saw that. I saw Alien Romulus. That was good. Alien Romulus was good. It takes between the first and second one. So that was good. That was an action-packed movie. And the third act, that's when all the action starts. What other one? Oh, I watched Unhinged on Netflix.
Oh, that was you watch
Oh,
that?
talk about road rage, man. Like, man, that was crazy.
Don't
Yeah.
don't go there. No, none of you guys. Go watch
Right?
that movie, and then you're gonna rethink
Yeah.
even
And then-
even a good thing, Alfred. Like if you do something good out there, you never know, man.
Yeah, you never know. You just come back to haunt you.
You never
And then,
know.
and you know what? Yesterday I had a pleasant surprise, and I got to spend some quality time.
Oh,
All
I
right.
love that.
No, it was yeah. So it was cool. It was cool, man. So we got to spend some time. You know, just
That's
just
right.
you know,
That's right.
cool, relaxing. You know. So
That's
yeah.
right.
So yeah, man, I had a great week. I had a great week.
That's good.
Great
I love
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
to hear good
Thank you.
stuff.
That is
Every-
Yeah.
So what do you think about that movie though, Unhinged? What did you think about that?
I thought it was fully intense, man. I mean, I thought it was just like the guy was on the rampage all the way around. You know.
Yeah. All because
Mad at the- Yeah, I mean, you know what? Kind of like,
all went back to though.
yeah. Well, yeah, the one up.
Do you know where it all went back to though? On her part, where it all went back to? I want
So on her part,
She just
I don't
woke-
want to blow it. I don't want to blow for anybody.
I'll just say this: she woke up late.
Oh, well, yeah, typical thing that happens to a lot of people, you know.
I thought you were gonna say.
No, I wasn't gonna. No, I'm not gonna disrespect, you know.
I thought it was.
Yeah, you know what? You know what happened? I didn't mention it a couple weeks ago, but I was in the house. Sometimes I just think, right? And I was thinking of a movie, and the movie I was thinking I think it's Final Destination. Have you ever seen that movie?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I was
finally.
in the kitchen, and there was a knife on the counter, right? And I just seen it, and I was just doing some things, and I didn't think I was gonna come in contact with it, but I did. And at the time, I had chanclas on, right? So the knife, I hit it, and it fell down, and it stuck me in the foot on the side, and it went in. I'm like, oh, it was a little steak knife, and it went in, so I pulled it out, and I'm like, oh man, and I said, man. It seems like a Final Destination kind of thing, you know. But the funny thing is, that was in my head because I was thinking of things, but and I'm like, man, and that knife just came and just happened, man. Like,
Yeah,
Wow.
Those
Oh.
things that hold the knives that you could put the knives in. It's like a little wooden.
yeah,
I have one.
Oh,
I
man.
have one.
I hate those. I can't.
right. I have one too.
Shout out to Vader Rich. Yeah, that's me. I call him Tony A is a good friend of mine, guys. So I called in. I called in
Oh,
call
yeah,
him too, so,
I heard you. Yeah.
Yeah, I called in. He's a good guy, man. He's cool.
Isn't he retiring or something, or is that just
Yeah.
a rumor? Or
Yeah,
so
he's
is?
retiring, man. He's
Oh,
retiring.
okay.
I understand where he's coming from on that. You know, I had talked to him about it. And
He's been in a minute. He's been doing that stuff for
Five-
quite some
5 years.
time.
I
Yeah.
guess,
Yeah,
yeah.
2 people that are gone,
Shout
Yeah.
out. There you go.
right? Hoodstock's gone. And him.
Oh, he's gone too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's
so I
that?
haven't. Wow.
I think he's putting out his last videos, but I think he did say peace out to everybody.
Wait,
Who's
who?
that?
Hoodstocks.
What hood
Oh,
stocks? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What
I
is,
don't know.
yeah, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
crazy out there. So shout out to everyone that's put in their time doing this, and it's not always easy, but everybody's made an
And
impression
and
one
it
way or
is time consuming, Jen, because like I'm doing this stuff to get this stuff prepared, and it's time consuming. I mean, it depends
Oh,
on
yeah.
what you're gonna do, because I still have things to add in, because I'm trying to do it. You know how you get copyrighted and this and that, but I'm trying to find a way. But I doubt if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna still try. But it's
Yeah.
time consuming to when you.
It is.
definitely
It
is. So shout out to
I could
everyone.
just imagine you, Fred, making music, man, and
Oh,
that takes time.
dude. Well, you know what? I kind of pretty much like on pause a little bit. I pretty much get it, approve it, stamp it, and go.
Yeah.
But but yeah, no, it is time consuming either way. I got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. That's what's up. Okay, so I guess my week. Let me see. You know how you have those. Well, I don't know. I think you guys feel me. You have those weeks where it's like, what did I do? I feel like this whole week was a blur.
Yeah.
But the reason
That's
I
what
feel like
organized.
that happened is because I'm still trying to potty train this puppy.
Mm.
I mean,
Oh,
so it's not like it's not a very cute little mess to clean up. You know what I mean?
a
So
big dog.
And you're
Yeah.
losing sleep probably from it as well,
Yes.
huh? Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I'm really trying to like set my timer to where just like it would be with a newborn. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
wake up to no mess. So I'm getting up
That's
every
right.
couple hours, make sure I take her out. And even though she's big, I try to think she's a baby still. She's really
Yeah, you gotta remember that.
before. So
Yeah.
just potty training the puppy, and I'm very happy and proud with my older dog. I feel weird even calling her a dog. She's such a sweetheart. Angel. She's such a mama dog to Nova. Even though she's never had puppies, like she's just so loving and kind, and I'm very blessed to have the fur babies I do. So
Aw.
You know what I learned is having a new dog in the house and a pup. It teaches you a little patience more, a little bit more to be patient and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I said, wait a minute, no, just be patient. Just do what you're supposed to do. Just like if it was a baby, just like your kids. You wake
Yeah.
up, feed them, do whatever you have to do. So yeah, but it teaches you it calms you down a little bit. Like as for me, it does.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
right.
you gotta remember that puppy, that big dog is a puppy, right? You gotta remember that because
That you're gonna be able to ride that
Oh,
puppy in
yeah.
about what 6 more months, 7 more months.
Yeah.
no joke. Like I was thinking because I take her out in the mornings. It's still dark,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
when she pulls, she's about to be 5 months, but she will pull me out of my jumper. No joke.
Oh,
She is
wow.
that strong.
Yeah,
So I was like, if I don't get her, I don't like trained and everything now, I'm gonna have a nightmare
Yeah.
to deal with. So
Yeah.
she'll be
Yeah.
pulling my back out and everything. Like I really have to work with her. That's why I'm like staying very like committed to keeping things on her. How do you call it? Like a regiment. You know what I mean? A timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
routine, yeah.
Because she's going to
You
be
know-
a big girl. And that's
Yeah.
and one thing about pets. I feel like people, if you go into it, you have to go into it responsibly, depending on the pet you have.
Mhm.
And if you have a big dog, you have to be responsible for the repercussions that could come with that.
And
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm sorry, Big Dog, for throwing your stuff out when you took off, but I had to do it. I didn't think he was gonna come back. I said, man, he ain't coming back because I searched for him for the longest time,
Oh, no.
But
Yeah.
when I put his stuff out, then all of a sudden the lady came and brought his dog. I was like,
You know though, but at least a dog anyway, or any pet is the thing about it is they are like children though. They depend on us to feed them and give them water and take them outside. We can't be mad if we don't
Yeah.
take them outside.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
I mean, and they go in the house. You got to take them outside, and you kind of build. Yeah, at least I built a routine. To where now they know. And it's easy, man. It just takes a little work.
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah,
the
it
trucker,
does.
hey,
Right.
Saludos.
Oh, big see the.
No,
Yeah.
look at that.
Oh,
Mike.
cool. I like
It's
that.
not working though. I forgot to download the app, but hey, cool. I'm trying.
Hey, but we can hear you clear now, so
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, we can hear you
What's up?
clear.
Ernesto, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome,
No doggy.
welcome. All right, well, let's jump right into one of our stories. We've got several. We've got one that we're going to share a little bit towards the end that will tie into this, but we're going to share this one first because it's kind of breaking news. I feel
Mhm.
like if this happened, I believe this happened today, so that would be breaking news, right?
Mhm.
Let me pull up a little something because I don't feel like everyone might know who this brand is. The reason I do is because my stepdaughter was obsessed with this brand, like when she was in high school and middle school. But let me play this short video so you guys know who this guy is and what's up, and then I'll show his picture. Oh, sorry about it, but
Mhm.
let me see. Oh, there's so many different videos here that. Let me see if this is the right one. Hang tight.
Former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch has been arrested on federal charges related to sex trafficking. Mike Jeffries was the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch from 1992 to 2014, but he has faced a lot of controversy, most recently as he was the focus of a documentary about the company called The Abercrombie Guys, The Dark Side of Cool, which covered the many lawsuits alleging discriminatory hiring practices filed against the company under Jeffries' leadership. Now, several sources are saying that he has been arrested on charges related to sex, but the charges have not officially been announced yet. Also being charged is Jeffries' partner, Matthew Smith, as an alleged middleman. A 2023 BBC investigation alleged that Jeffries and Smith were part of a, quote, highly organized network that involved a middleman who found young men to participate in sex events. The BBC reported that 8 men who said they attended these alleged events claimed they were exploited or abused. Attorneys for Jeffries and Smith have previously denied any wrongdoing, but now they have both been arrested on charges related to trafficking. So more will certainly be coming out, but there was definitely something going on, and they definitely uncovered some evidence that led to these arrests.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Apparently, it happened
Wow.
today, and just for reference, go ahead and read this. Abercrombie & Fitch is an American lifestyle retailer that focuses on contemporary clothing. Its headquarters are in Albany, Ohio. The company operates 3 offshoot brands: Abercrombie Kids, Hollister & Company, Gilly Hicks. And keep in mind that is the former CEO, so that is not who's running the company as of right now.
Mhm.
But that wasn't really my style, my get down. But
Is
my
Abercrombie? Are they in Hollister or no? That's no.
no,
They're in
Hollister, Hollister brand is like a branch off of Abercrombie and Fitch, so it's
Is it?
similar
Okay.
clothing. Very much, in my opinion, anyways. Skinny jeans, preppy.
Too cute.
No, I want you won't be seeing me in those, right?
Right.
No, I'm just joking.
All right.
No, so and it was pricey. I remember when my stepdaughter would want to go get her jeans, she was always real skinny, and she'd be like the 00. They always would cater to the real skinny girls. So I'm like, okay, that ain't me, but it's you and you like it, so I'll take you. She would get that brand. She loved it, and it looked great on her. But it was never like something I would have worn, but it looked cute on her. It was very expensive in my opinion, but it was like tighter fitting jeans, like button up fitted plaid shirts or t-shirts that just said the name brand on them. I think they even have fragrances.
Yeah, it smells really good in that store.
Yeah.
So the backstory on that is that what they would hire like the models or something, and then tell them that there was some
Yeah,
type
so
of.
I guess how this was going on was, it was sort of like how would they call it, like a casting couch, which like, hey, go ahead and come and try out for this modeling position, but here's what you got to do. And they would kind of entice, well, these guys would entice young men, their preference to come in, model, and get them caught up in a situation where allegedly substances were passed around, and allegedly even some substances were injected into people who were not able to perform on cue for them. It gets pretty vulgar, pretty bad, and I won't go
That's
much
crazy.
further than that. But some more cochinos going down.
You know, it's about money and power that makes these people think that they could do what they want to do to people. But it's going to catch up to them, which is good.
They start saying that people start stepping down as the trickle effect starts to come along, and
because they don't want to be attached to it. Yep.
Yeah,
right? So let's jump into this next story, and I'm going to play the video because this was quite shocking to me, and I did post a poll. I'm going to pull that up right now too, so I can read the percentages as we watch. Well, right after we watch the video. But you guys keep in mind while you're watching this what your opinion might be after the fact, because I'm very curious what everyone thinks of this matter. Here's an attorney, I believe, out of Texas that is updating us on this new law in Texas, but it's very likely to spread to other states. So hang tight and listen.
And number one, and ladies, this hurts my heart to deliver this news. It is now illegal to go through your husband's phone. And this is for every ear that can hear me. This is not just a Texas issue. This is also a federal crime. The Federal Wiretap Act states it is unlawful to intercept any wire, oral, or electronic communication. It is also unlawful to disclose the contents of the wire, oral, or electronic communication. Y'all know what's considered electronic communication? Text messages, emails, DMs. I was in court waiting on my turn, watching another hearing before me. It was a divorce case and the wife was on the stand talking about adultery. Her attorney then started the process of admitting text messages into evidence that showed the husband was talking to this woman and it was very inappropriate. The text messages 100% proved husband was cheating. There was photos, there was conversations about the other night. All of a sudden, husband lawyer jumps up and says, Your Honor, I think you need to admonish the witness about her Fifth Amendment right to self-incrimination because she's about to tell on herself and admit to a crime. The judge then proceeds to tell her that how she came about getting those text messages out of her husband's phone is potentially a violation of the Texas Wiretap Act and the Federal Wiretap Act. He looks up at her lawyer and says, Counsel, the fact that you're in possession of unlawful potential wiretap material incriminates you as well. And the judge did a quick recess so everyone could go consult with criminal law attorneys.
That's crazy.
I never heard of that. I've been when I went to family court, when I was going through divorce, the first divorce, and there was a couple going through divorce, and I was sitting outside, and they actually, the lawyer and the person, the defendant or whoever it was, came out, the lady, and they wanted to use her phone, and they let it happen because they were talking. I heard them talking out there, and they went in and said, so it could be submitted as evidence, because what was on the phone. So that happened in California, but in Texas, to have that law.
Well, I know, and then when I was listening to her, though, she said it's federal, so that means everywhere in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
But that judge, they allowed it in that day.
I mean,
they were about to allow it until the other attorney brought up, wait a minute, you might want to check your client because if she goes ahead with this evidence, she could possibly be charged with incriminating herself.
Yeah.
So that's kind of when they went behind the judge's orders and chopped it up and probably decided let's not proceed with that. So this poll we put out earlier, there's two different sections, and the first one is I am a woman and I believe that looking for your spouse's phone or significant other's phone is okay. So it says 11% of women were okay with this. Like 11% of women said, I believe that's fine to look through your spouse's phone. 6% of women say, I disagree. You should not look through your spouse's or significant other's phone. Now, as far as men go, it says, as a man, I feel it's okay to do this. So 22% of men feel like, it's okay to look through each other's phones. but 61% of men on our poll feels like no, it's not okay to look through each other's phones. That's a no-go.
That's funny.
So there's a
I-
big there,
ahead.
but you know, it's interesting because I feel like in some cases in court or whatever, it could be very helpful to certain people, but it could be misconstrued also. So I mean, I guess it's kind of, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think, would you be okay with your spouse, girlfriend, significant other, special person looking through your phone?
Me personally, I'm okay with it. I mean, there shouldn't be nothing hidden on both sides, the women and men's, you know. But if once you put the lock on it and all this passcode and or the, you know, you try to, you know, like I seen on TV where somebody tries to grab it and then all of a sudden they grab the phone like this because it shows that they're hiding something. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But if your relationship's good and strong and everything, you should be able to. But then again, you should trust them as well, you know. And you should know that person, what they do. But if somebody picked up the phone and looked at it, I wouldn't say, "Give me that phone," because I'm not hiding nothing. You see?
Yeah.
So the same thing for a woman. A woman shouldn't do that. But then if a man were to say, "Let me see that phone," what is that saying? He's second guessing or doubts and stuff. And sometimes when people do that, it's because they're doing something wrong. You know?
Yeah.
And it's getting, they do something wrong. You know?
You know,
I
I
have a whole different outlook on that.
yeah, but you know what? But see, on my phone, I have it locked and stuff, and I was asked before, like, why do you have a big old lock, a big old pin or whatever? My bank account, my bills, like all my personal information. If the phone gets locked, I don't want somebody having pictures of my kids and, you know, access to my bank account, access to, you know, the P Diddy parties pictures that I haven't. No, okay, but no, you know, I mean, I'm just, you know, but I mean, there's a lot. You know what? Look, here's my thing, and trust is a big thing. You know, but in my opinion, I mean, I don't think it's a problem unless you know your spouse is traumatic. You know what I mean, or your girlfriend or whatever is dramatic, and it's gonna make a big thing out of nothing. You know, it's one thing. But the other side of it is too, though. My perspective of it is, it's like asking the woman, "Hey, let me go through your purse, or let me go through your pocket." It's kind of the same difference, you know. It's like going through somebody's wallet back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, you know, I'm just saying, you know, it's a real fine line right there. You know what I mean, with trust and whatever else. You know, I don't know. It's a little touchy though. I'm
You
kind
know,
of on the fence, to be honest with you. I'm kind of like, you know. I mean, not that you gotta hide, but it's just, you know, it's just, I don't know.
I do lock my phone, and just like you said, for the purpose of somebody else finds it, you know, and stuff like that. I got the bank, all the information and stuff like that too, you know. So that's why I lock it. But otherwise, I mean, even if somebody, well, I don't have to worry about that now. But if somebody say, "Let me see your phone," I don't have nothing to hide. And it's here, take a look, you know. If it was like that, but I don't have to worry about that right now.
Trying to how are we going about this the wrong way? Tell us.
What is he talking about? What we're talking
We need to
about?
bring him on. He needs to come on here.
Right?
Yes.
I don't know. Denise,
this,
I guess
that's
like I don't know. It could go two ways though. Like a trust thing, and then it's a privacy thing. Like what you know. I'm on the fence too, like Fred said. But if I was young, like when I was younger, I was a jealous person. Believe it or not, I'd be like, "Give me that phone. Let me see it, please, mama." But
right.
didn't mean I was doing anything wrong because I wasn't. But I was, you know, I would be like, I was like that when I was young.
Right.
But now I think it would be like childish. Like that's for game. That's like game, you know, childish shit. Like I'm not trying to do that.
Especially if you know you're home all the time too. It also falls into whatever, and not always, because I could be wrong about that. The attention you give your spouse. If you give the attention to your spouse and whatever, you talk to them, you give them attention. If you know, take them for granted, leave them alone, you know, I mean, you gotta talk to somebody. I mean, or she, whichever way it goes. You know, I mean,
It could go
I
either
just think
way. Okay, so I feel a little bit of all of these situations. Like when I was younger, I was a fool, and oh yeah, I was creeping up. I'm gonna admit it. I was like, it wasn't the face recognition center. I probably would have been sick with that was okay, but I did look through some phones. But let me just say,
But
gentlemen, be prepared to get your feelings hurt. If you think you need to look through that phone, it's for a reason. So be prepared to
Yeah.
see whatever you're about to.
no, that's true.
Yep. And you know what, Jen? I think that too. It's also, you know what, and I will say this. I think it's on both sides
Yeah.
too, because you can't just blame one if you blame your spouse or whatever. I think it's on both sides. If both sides are wrong, one for not
Yes.
giving the attention, one for going about, you know. Okay, let me ask you this: is it considered cheating if you're texting? Do you guys consider that cheating?
But this opens doors. It just opens doors. Everything
Yeah.
opens doors to something, right?
Yeah,
Like
that-
I'm
that-
saying, you guys,
that-
you know, it could be
you're
different, like-
crazy.
Okay, take this for example. Like I know Denise, and when I text Denise or whatever, or some other
Yeah.
person, but if I have a mate, I'll never hide anything. You know what I'm saying? They know that, yes. But
Yeah.
I don't like all this. My relationships, I never looked in the phone for what.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your phone or this. And
No,
that.
and I'm
I
pretty
had no
open
reason.
about it too,
I
though.
didn't feel like I should even do it. You know, and
Mhm.
so I
I
didn't.
don't know. I feel like, and don't bite my head off. I could be wrong, but I'm as a woman coming from. I feel like that is possibly. It could be more dominantly females that think about
think
doing
so.
that or do it. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm throwing myself out there. I have been that person in the past. Am I that kind of person now? No. For one, if I feel this much like I need to look through your phone, that's
that
telling
what-
me something ain't cool.
Yeah, is that women's? Some people say it's women's intuition, or what do they
Or
call
whatever.
that?
Yeah.
Or is
Women's
it some?
intuition.
I look at it like a sense of me. From my experience, is somebody's doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? If somebody else is doing something wrong, because when one finger points towards your actions, the other ones are going back to you. You know. But I
And
don't
you
know,
know-
because you don't have to. You don't have. I feel like when you trust somebody in a relationship, you don't have to question or say, "Hey, what are you doing? Who's are you talking to?" And this, you don't
Well,
have
that's
to.
the thing. Either you trust or you don't.
Yeah, you should have that
Boils down
trust.
to that.
And
And you know what, guys? Again, it's not so much as again, I could be wrong on this too, but if there's doubt with the spouse, I think the first thing is to reflect on oneself first. You know, and to say,
Yes.
okay, what am I doing wrong, and bring acceptance to that. I mean, and then go from there. You know, I mean,
yeah.
but yeah, they're right. Don't you're opening a can of worms. I mean, I
You know
always
what?
think
You know
it's
when
a
my
bad thing.
exes would say, "Go get this. It's in my purse," and I'll bring the purse to her hair.
No, you know,
look
I'm the
through it.
same
I
way.
don't want to. Hey, this is a
I'm
bunch
the
of stuff,
same
man.
way, bro.
Here,
You know,
you find it, man.
You guys are smart. You guys have to test because I
Yeah.
have some friends, some female friends. That is a test sometimes that will be like, hey,
Yeah.
go get my purse. And they'll wait to see if their dude will come back with the item out of their purse
Yeah.
or their whole purse.
See, and that's the thing.
Hey, see how, but then again, Jen, see how you women are thinking. why do you have to test a man? Why do you have to test a man? You don't. That's
but
coming
you know
from
what?
within. Like, what is he gonna do? You know, is he gonna search through my stuff? Because are you hiding anything? You know.
No, yeah. Well, you know what? But that she's right though in that sense. That's how I feel about it too, though. When I may come off as a male chauvinist over here, so saying about not going through somebody's phone, but it's the same. That's what I'm saying. Like, I a lot of times, when somebody says, "Hey, get this keys out of my purse," or "Go get this out of my purse," I'll bring the whole purse.
Yeah,
I do not
that's
stick
right.
my hands in somebody else's things. it's the same difference with the phone. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Hey,
I don't know.
Cholo, I want to
It's
answer
weird to me.
that. Yeah. I
It's
want to
weird
answer
to
Cholo
me.
Trucker's question. Yeah, it's
What do you
cool if they
think?
go through my phone without me knowing. I don't, because I have nothing to hide. I even
No,
will give them my passcode. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Here,
No, yeah, no, that's the thing.
you
It's
know.
just kind of like, okay, but see, okay, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate. It's kind of like if a cop pulls you over for nothing. Let me see your driver's license. It's kind of even though there's nothing, it just feels a little bit violated. You know, like okay, well, why'd you have to do that? You know, like well, what's up with that? You know, but again, it depends on the situation. I don't think it's wrong. I just think it's wrong if it's whatever situation is going on. But I'll leave it
Okay,
at that. There's no right answer. There's no right
I
Yeah.
get it. This is right here, though. I have to make a point that I was thinking. These ladies brought it up, and it just kind of co-signed something I was thinking as well. So, it's maybe similar. Maybe our phones are personal. Maybe I feel like a man's wallet is personal as well. Jenny said I would not even go through his wallet, and then Dee Dee says I don't even go through my husband's wallet either. So I won't put a time frame or a name on this, but there was a person in my life that thought, and I don't know, maybe they were right. All banks were fraudulent, so they believed in a safe for all their feria, and that's it. I
Yeah.
would never, even though they told me, oh, here's the code. If there's bills or this or that, just take out. I did not ever want to go in that safe and take out anything because I don't know if it's the way that person made me feel or if I was just so paranoid. Like if it was $5 short, I always felt like I don't want that to ever fall back on me. Like I don't want to touch your stuff.
Yeah.
Like if there's something due, you take it out and hand it to me. I don't want to go
Yeah.
in your business. But then again, I'm the same chick that back in the day went through a phone. So
Back in the days when I had a safe, and I had money in the safe. I had gold jewelry and gold and stuff, and then I had guns in the safe. So, but I also let her know the combination to get in the safe. That was back in the. So it's like you shouldn't hide nothing because you shouldn't hide nothing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
But and even that, like in the wallet, you guys are talking about the wallet. Before I would say, here, go ahead. Here's the wallet just to get some money here. Take it with you or whatever. So there's not even an issue because what's in my wallet? Bank cards, credit cards, money. I even have to carry my Social Security with me, driver's license, and that's it. I mean, what? There's nothing secret about a wallet.
Yeah.
I feel a man's wallet is not secret.
Yeah, I've been too when they pulled up a phone. The first time we pulled up the phone, I don't glance over to try to look and see what's going on. You know what I mean? I don't do that. I'm not. It's a trusting like Cholo said. I don't look over to see who's texting or whatever. Just I don't know. It's just a thing. To me, it's more of a privacy, and stuff. But
This is earlier in my stages. What I learned is that when either a man or a woman, when they're jealous and they jealousy doesn't do nothing for you, but ruin a relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm being honest. Earlier in the day, sometimes I was like, this is earlier in the day because there was times when things happen, which shouldn't be happening, and it says, okay, that shouldn't be happening because out of respect, you're my wife. This man shouldn't be saying this to you. You know what I'm saying? So I'll stand up and I'll tell that guy something, But to me, it's not. And I wouldn't say that's jealousy. That's disrespectful, If a man raised his hand to my wife at the time, and when I seen that, I confronted him immediately. I says, you know what? I'm getting all like upset.
Right.
I says, I don't raise my hand to my wife, and you're not going to do it either, bro. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
but I didn't tell him that way. I'm cleaning it up. You know? I'm cleaning it up. I said, because if I'm not going to raise my hand to my wife, you're definitely
You're not.
going to let me see you try to backhand my wife. Because
Right?
nope,
Right?
nope.
Did that happen to you, Fred?
That, you know, you ever see Goodfellas? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I'll put it to you like this. There was a situation, I won't get into, where law enforcement was called and stuff. And but here's the situation with me. My
we know you
mind
have
and my,
we know you had a lot of groupies, Fred. We know you.
I'm just, no, you know what? In my mind though, it's like my instinct was to go cause bodily harm. You know, because I saw the person. But the situation being that, okay, look, if I do something like that, you catch a case.
Mm.
Now you catch a case, you know, and then it's like, okay, you know what? Then okay, now what? You know what I mean? Now you're gonna get into this. I'll be in more trouble, lose my job, do you know? Just it's a trickle effect. It's just gonna, you know, and it's a real hard thing as a man to have to deal with, unless you know, unless of course it's on the spot, and you know, I'm gonna defend. Obviously, you know, my situation was a little bit different at the time. Um, But yeah, I mean, like, you know, if it comes to when push comes to shove, it's gonna happen. It's gonna go down the way it goes down. You know, there's no question about it. But the thing about it too, in that current situation or in that situation that happened, it was kind of it was just a difficult thing to deal with. You know. But as far as again, as far as defense, yeah, it's gonna go down the way it goes down, however it is. Yeah, you're not gonna let somebody disrespect somebody you're with. You know, that's just the way it goes. You know. But I guess yeah, I guess it's the same difference, you know. Just at that time, for me, for that situation was a little bit different. But
Right.
What did
yeah,
Shola say? I didn't read what Shola said.
It's true. I mean, it's true. Like intentions are everything, right? So, like, if your lady at the, happens to need your phone to make a call, that's one thing. But if somebody's going through your phone, like, how I
So,
did,
and that's bad on
so
and
that's different.
that's bad on the woman's part because there's
Yeah,
something in
I
her
mean, like,
mind thinking,
here,
what is
yeah.
she doing? You know.
And that's true. And I'm going to say this. Back in the day when I'm admitting to what I did, I was very insecure. And that's why I did what I did. That's embarrassing, to admit and shameful.
It takes you, but you know what, Jen? Admitting it like I admitted, it takes a good person to do that. I mean, an honest person. I mean, that's how I see it now. When you could do that, it's good. That's a good thing. Yeah.
let me allow me to. Oh, go ahead.
No,
I mean, we just have to grow from it. Like now, I would really assess this whole situation. Like, why am I feeling like I need to look? Why am I feeling that way? Like, there's a bigger issue. I feel that way, then I need to go to the source and address why do I feel like this. I don't think that should be
That makes sense.
at my grown age to be looking through a phone.
So,
But let me ask you this: would you feel like at the time, Jen? Did you feel like he made you feel insecure about it, so that's why you were doing that, or do you take the full responsibility to say, well, it was just me, or it was or whatever the situation?
Check it out. That's a great question. I could say he made me feel insecure, but then the things that I found just affirmed my insecurities. Okay. And had that been in my phone, ooh, God forbid, it would have been an ugly night. Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I said be careful what you go looking for.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
it's
Definitely.
I'm not saying that's healthy. I'm just saying if you really want to go looking for something,
I think if you're in a relationship and a healthy way to do it is I mean, you don't have your passcodes on there, whatever, but let the other person know the passcode, and if they want to look through it or whatever. But then just why? Sometimes why? I'm not,
I never
What's-
had that before. Like you said, House. I never had a passcode or anything like that. It was actually my daughter that was saying, "Mom, you forget your keys everywhere. Like if you forget your phone somewhere, somebody could log into your YouTube app, into your bank app. Like you have to have something on there at least." Because I felt like, no, it's so secretive. What if you guys needed something, or I don't have any reason to have a lock on my phone. But she did convince me that it's really a safety measure.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, because that's why I do it. Because before I wasn't like that, but then I says when you lose a phone or something, like, man, it has this information on there, because you could attach your bank account to your phone and all this other stuff, and so
Right?
That's
I
funny.
know.
You guys, when I fainted one time, and my daughters were like telling me when I was in the hospital, I came to whatever. They were like, "Mom, we
Take
tried
your
to
thumb.
open your phone with your finger, but it didn't work."
Oh my
I
God.
was trying to get on my
Thumbprint.
phone to call grandma. I was like, trying to put my mom passed out. They're trying to put my finger on my phone.
Right?
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely,
Yeah, but yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
I mean,
no, I think it's a touchy subject on both sides. It depends too how people see it, But I will say this: going back to everything else, a man should defend his woman
yeah,
at all
I
costs. If you're
I
in the
agree.
moment, and that happens, you gotta defend it.
You know what
And I
that
don't care who it is. And I don't
you know
care
what
who
that
it is.
comes down. You know what that comes down to is morals, basically.
Yeah.
How people were raised. Because I know how I was raised. I seen the violence of my dad and my mom and all this other stuff, and I said, I'm not going to be like that, And I didn't turn out like that, which is a good thing. But that's why it's all about morals. When a man approaches your wife and does something bad that you don't think it's right, you're gonna do something about it. That's how I feel. You're gonna do something about it, not out of just being jealous or anything. It's about out of respect. Come on, I wouldn't do that to your wife, so I appreciate the same thing. Does that make sense?
It does. Let
That
me
makes
also
sense.
say this at the same time. Ladies, as grown women, we will never compromise our men to put him in a situation to have to go sideways to defend us. Now, there are some men who are just on something out of their mind that will be disrespectful. But if it's a situation that we can squash as grown women, like
That's what God would say.
my husband's
God
right
would say,
here.
"You're not boss. Handle it yourself."
You know what I mean?
I can't handle him though.
Yeah, always be in that situation. Never get your
Like,
man
God.
in a situation where he has to maybe get caught up in something. We're capable of squashing something and making it cool on most occasions. There are some where somebody's just out of their mind. But if you
That they
can
want
make
to
it
fight,
cool,
that they want to fight and be and make it an issue.
Yeah.
When you grow up, you guys, it's just all about having like I don't know who said it in the chat, but have your own like self-esteem and my husband knows all of you guys, like guy, girl, whoever I call, like I'm on the phone. So I'm not hiding from him. I try to get him like, come on, call house or call, get him involved, but
I respect you. I respect your man and you guys, man. Your
all you
relationship,
guys.
100%, man. Always, man.
Yeah.
And that's what you
And it's
do,
good. Yeah, it's solid. That's solid right there, man.
yeah, I think we can feel that. Like you can feel when a couple is, you know what I mean? Like they're a unit. So
You know what, Jen?
Right?
Is this is what I seen in areas and friends that I have to certain things, like when you go around certain people and you hang with certain people, they're going, hey, well, because I'm not like that. I won't, if I'm at home with my wife and everything's going good, I've been in a relationship for years, why would I want to go see another woman? Why would I want to go do this and that? Because I don't need to do that, you see? But these people, these characters one time say, hey, let's take George and blah, blah. I'm good, bro. I says, man, you guys, I don't need to do that, man. I'm good.
right?
Yeah.
You know?
There you go. There you go.
I'm good, man. It's
Yeah.
like
Definitely.
because that's not right. It's not right.
You're right. You're right.
You know?
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
let's see. This was a great topic, and we'll. I was
Yeah.
thinking next week we can go into it on a different spin because we're gonna lead into something right now that is different, but kind of the same. I don't know, Denise. There was a gentleman recently that made an appearance with his new lady that's causing quite an uproar. We're switching gears, guys. I'm going to go ahead and show the picture here. And I
Wait,
don't know, Denise, you can give the backstory on the photo.
you guys know who Bill Belichick is, right?
Yeah.
He's a Patriot coach.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at right now.
That's
And
his
Bill
wife.
Belichick that's his girlfriend.
That's his
So
girlfriend.
he's 72 and she's 23. Yeah.
Okay.
I-
Okay.
I seen that
What
before.
do you guys think of that? Like what? So how?
I think that's kind of too old, but it's about the money. I don't think that it's about love.
Yeah.
There was a guy that came down and I seen he was in his 70s around there. He was the owner of Dole. He's a billionaire. He's got a lot of money, and he comes and flies in and he has all his security, his what do you call those things,
Entourage?
yeah, the people around him, and then all of a sudden, him and his wife keep come walking out. She's half his age, not even his age. And I'm like, that's his wife, and he's all like kind of walking like this, and I'm like, damn. But I think that's, for me personally, that's too old. There's a big gap there. But I think it's more or less for money. And like some people say, what is that? Age doesn't matter.
Age is nothing but a number. Yeah.
Age is
So you
but
guys
a
think
number.
it's money?
I think it's money.
Yeah.
You,
I think
you know, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I have to agree with that. And again, guys, I don't mean no disrespect to any woman or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Because there are men as well. It's just not known as much.
Yeah.
But I think that speaking on morality and stuff, we live in a time too where people seek a security blanket, financial security blanket. And that's just the thing. It's not even about the age and disregard all that. It's the security blanket, the financial security blanket. I mean, yeah, there's
How do we know she didn't sign a prenup?
Hey,
though?
so,
How do we know that? And of
Yeah,
course,
that's not she wouldn't. I don't think she'd be there with the prenup. Trust me, I don't think she would be there with the prenup. I mean, but then again, the emotion and the heart, you can't control. I mean, who knows? It might be real love. We don't know. I mean, it's weird. Stranger things have happened.
I'm gonna go find me 100-year-old pretty soon.
Hey,
with a lot of money.
Hey, be like,
You know what? We can go on next week. There's women on the opposite side doing this too. So I think we're just hating on the men because
What do they call?
Yeah.
What would they call that? A sugar mama? Is it
yeah,
we got one.
sugar daddy, sugar mom.
a saber-toothed sugar mama?
You know
tiger.
Well,
A few years ago, with my friend that was visiting today, and this is about, I want to say maybe about 10, 15 years ago.
what?
The friend of mine that visited me today, he and I, we were in Gilroy. We were eating at the hometown buffet or something in Gilroy years ago. And I looked over and I seen this guy sitting there with a very elderly lady. I mean, she was really elderly, And I don't know, say 15, whatever it was. I don't know if my mom had already passed or I still had. I don't remember. But anyhow, I said to him, hey man, that's sweet of you, because it reminded me of me taking my mom out, I go, that's sweet of you, bro. And that's what I get for having a big mouth. I said, hey man, that's sweet of you to take your mom out. He goes, this is my wife, and I'm like,
Oh.
Oh, wow, I wanted to crawl under the table, you know? I was like, geez. When he was like,
Man.
he had to be at least 80, and he was probably like 30 years old.
Hey, I want to ask everybody here, what do you think their comfortable age is? Like that? Okay, say Jen, what would there be a gap in an age if you were to date somebody or be with somebody, or do you want them closer to your age?
Listen, I like old dudes.
And if so, how old? How old?
You
Like
gotta
would you
be-
go? Or
you tell her
how
no,
older?
fine. You
How
tell her
older
no.
or younger would you go? Was it
I
like
would-
10, 15, 20 years?
I could never go with someone younger than me, ever. Ever.
Mhm.
Ever.
What would be an age where you say, okay, that's just too old?
If I can possibly be your mother, and that means like even at a crazy age, I couldn't be. No, I can't even be 6 years, 5 years older than someone.
How about if the other person was older than you?
Oh yeah.
75?
Oh no, I don't know about that. I mean, that's like my parents' age. I don't want to make it weird. You know what I mean? That's like
Yeah.
like 10, 15 years. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. That's a security thing for me.
You know what, though, guys? Here's the situation, though. I think, as time gets, as time goes on, the ages kind of like, they kind of merge regardless of the situation, But sometimes, and I will say this, sometimes it doesn't, because sometimes the male or the female doesn't mentally mature. They don't mentally mature, That's the problem. That's the situation. You don't kind of grow together, and then one person feels like, well, I still need to go do this, and I missed out on this, and it just, yeah. But But some people prefer older people,
I was 16 and my husband was 21.
Yeah.
My grandma would say, why are you going out with that 30-year-old man? And I'm like, what? I go, he's not 30. But he was still like, no, he's too old for you. But
Right.
even now, Mel would ask me if I heard of a song or do I remember this movie or that? And I'm like, no, dude, I was only 6 years old. He was already 12.
Right. He's like, remember this? You're like, no, I was in Africa. What are you talking about?
Right.
I seen this video. I don't know if it was on TikTok or what, or is it a reel? But they had, this is a girl, she's young, and then the older guy's the guy sitting, the driver, and they go, this is what it looks like when you date an older guy, and he's all singing oldies, he's singing Earth, Wind, and Fire and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah,
That one.
Hey, there's a difference in the music, like back then and now, what you grow up with,
Man, then when I met Mel, he was listening to doo-wop and stuff, and I was like, what is that? Well, his grandparents raised him, so he was into not the oldies that I like, but older music.
Yeah, Melvin listens to
So
some.
I was like, huh,
Melvin
what
knows
is
some
that?
good music because I know his.
Yeah, I
we're
know.
the same age, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the same age, and yeah.
Well, 57? How
I'm
old was he?
59. I'm
Five?
59.
I forgot how old he was.
Hey, the other day this happened when we're doing the feeding the homeless and things, and one guy comes up and he's a tall guy and he goes, "Hey, how you doing, man?" And so I shook his hand. I said, "How you doing, bro?" And this and that. And he goes, "Oh, you brought your dad with you, huh?" And I says, "My dad." And I looked, it was my brother, because my brother has all gray. And I don't know if you've seen the picture on my Instagram. And that's my brother. Yeah. He goes, "Oh, you brought your dad then?" I go, "Yeah, I brought my dad with me." I said, "How old do you think I am?" He says, 39. I says, "No, way up, way far."
Oh, right.
Way far.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, "He dyes his mustache." I said, "Yeah, so what?"
Right. Well, boy. Hey, nothing wrong with that, bro. Nothing wrong with that.
I figure this. you try to take care of yourself for as long as you possibly can, and keep yourself up, for as long as you can, and that's it.
Yeah.
I had cousins that I'm tripping out, like my primos and stuff. They're like, one's in his 68 or 69, and he don't even look it, and he's dating a younger girl, like in the 30s,
You
and
don't.
so it's as long, I don't know. Keep yourself up. That's all I can say. Take care of yourself, right?
Oh,
You know.
Keep yourself up, but I think there is. Oh, I forgot I saved this other picture, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to pick on the guys, because next week the women can get it. But speaking of the guys with money from owning teams or managing teams, what about this guy right here?
Oh, Mark Davis. Yeah.
Did you
The
guys
team
ever
MLB on the Raiders.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
expecting a child with his girlfriend who's 26? Yeah. Okay, first, I'm concerned more about his haircut than I am his girlfriend.
Hey,
So, right?
Edgar,
Yeah.
right?
It's like
Hey, he says, I see those young guys with the bowl around their head haircut. I'm gonna do that to make me feel younger.
It's like Richie
Oh,
Cunningham.
Dude,
hey, that
That
ain't
guy-
gonna happen.
he's expecting a child that's 70 years old.
Yeah.
So,
That's not cool, because the child's gonna be. What if something happens? He's up there in age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be like
yeah.
Yeah. And the
But I
kid
mean,
has
you
to
know
go.
what? Okay. I'm just. So by the time the child's getting out of diapers, he'll be getting into them.
He's going like this. Hey, he said, "Hey,
But
why you go get some Pampers? Get me some Depends, please."
So, right? No, hey,
Hey, I shouldn't
Welcome
be
to-
talking. I'm up there in age, but I don't need that. I'm. Hey,
right? No, right? I mean, no, but I mean, you know what? Think about it, though. He'll be 80 when
Hey.
the child's 10.
yeah.
I mean, if he's lucky,
How about if we drop this into the mix here? Say you're with somebody older, whatever, and something happens to them medically, and their life changes. What do you think you should do? Should you leave the relationship or not, or should you stick with it if you're married to them? What do you
Yeah.
think?
Oh,
That's
that's a great question,
Do
dude.
you dump
That's like,
them?
but you say in your vows, it depends on how people take their vows too,
Yep,
Listen,
yep.
I mean, so death do you part, sickness and health, like
Rich or poor, that,
poor, yeah.
but be careful. Like, evaluate your partner. Okay,
Mhm.
fine. You can date maybe far younger people if that's your preference. If that's just your thing, or if you're in a
Yeah.
money bracket where it makes it easily accessible to you. But yeah, you better think about what could happen. Not if, but when that time comes that you have a medical issue. Because we are all going to get to the point one day in our life, God willing, we make it to that age and time in our life, that we're going to need someone by our side that can make decisions for us. You better be with someone that's solid enough to make the right decision.
Right? Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Rather
oh,
than-
yeah.
I feel, but I always say this to how many, like, your kids, right? My daughter's always saying, "Nah, Mom, I'm gonna be taking care of you." Da, da, da. And I'm like, well, at least one stepped up out of three. She tells me that all the
Hey,
time. Take care of you when you
this-
get old, Mom.
This is a
Unless you
joke,
piss the kids
right?
off and they don't want nothing to do with you, they're like,
Hey, this is a joke, and I joke around with my kids sometimes. And I said, yeah, I think I'm gonna go have some babies pretty soon, and some kids and stuff. And they look at me, and I joke around. They're like, "Dad, you better not."
oh, well.
Yeah, man. It's just, you know what? I think as a man too, though, if we need to know when to, kind of, take being an older age too. We know what age to kind of just be like, okay, you know what? Check it out. This is where it stops. This is where it stops. But I mean, again, it goes back to what we talked about before, and then House and I think we're on the same page where I won't get
I want.
a,
Oh, I'm sorry, Fred. Go ahead, Fred. I'm sorry.
No. I'm just
You know
saying we
what?
won't get
I just-
snipped. We just be careful.
I want to give props to Eastside Paramount right there, 'cause
Yeah,
that's
heck
solid
yeah.
right there. That's solid right there. You see what he said? He says, my wife is 17 years older than me, and she is now disabled, and I'm still here, still to death do we part.
Right on.
Solid, bro.
See,
Hey,
that's love, though.
And you know what? You get
That's
I
honored.
love,
respect you,
dude.
brother.
You really get honored by God doing that.
Yeah.
Well, let
Yeah.
me tell you something.
That's
When
how
I
it
was
should
taking
be.
care of my husband's grandma, or Nana, when I was taking care of her, she was 93, 94, 95, 90, 90, in her 90s. Stayed in her 90s till she passed in 94. She was 94. But when I started watching her and stuff, taking care of her 24/7, I was angry. I was angry because I was like, I didn't marry my husband to be doing this. Like, it's a hard job, you guys. Being a caregiver is hard. But thank God that he stopped me in my tracks and said, look, what it says in the Bible, do for widows, like be there for the widows, right?
Yeah.
And that scripture came to me, and I'm like, man, that's true. I'm doing it for you, Lord. Like, I'm doing this all for you, not for myself, not for him, not for nobody, but for her and for you. And that really snapped me out of it, because look, we're so blessed, you guys. We're blessed beyond, and I never say I'm lucky. I'm not lucky. Luck didn't bring me all this. Luck didn't give me my husband. It was all through God. It was all through the Lord. Like, and I honor that so much, you guys. And I got I'll just say a friend had kind of told me, man, you're boastful, and I'm like, how's that? Like, how am I boastful? I never boast about that's a harsh word, you guys. But it took me I almost weighed like 200 some pounds. For a girl, like, you go through some mental stuff, like you don't love yourself, you dress down. I used to be like that. I used to down myself. I didn't have that self-confidence, but I got that back, and it's worth loving yourself first before you could love others. That's a true statement.
Yeah.
Makes
You know what, guys? One thing I will share, I'll get a little personal. First of all, in answer to Total Trucker's question, yeah, it depends. If the guy's 70, 80 years old, bro, I'm not with it. Dude, at the end of the day, and my daughter's 25 or whatever. But I don't know, man. It's. I'll get back to that. Let me get back to what you just mentioned, and not to Denise. Something I haven't shared. I don't think I've shared here. I don't think I've ever shared on here a very personal story of mine, real story. I took care of my mother. I took care of my mother for years. After she had brain surgery and so on and so forth. And people often told me, "Oh man, that you that's the key to heaven and all this other stuff." I appreciate that, but the reason I did it, right? The reason I did it was two words: unconditional love. Bottom line, it wasn't about for any other thing, anything that I wanted to give back. I was trying to save my mother. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I was trying to nurture my mom back after having brain surgery, having like I think I did mention that here. She was drooling on herself. She just became a vegetable. Made 100% recovery.
Nice.
But
See,
it was.
Blessing.
But
I
it
bet
was.
you all that love you showed her, it helped her with that 100%. I'm telling you right
Yeah,
now.
thank you. No, yeah, but a lot of people say, "Oh, you know what, dude, this and this and that," but nobody ever came to say, "Hey, you need help." It's just like, it's just kind of, it's just,
I feel
but hey, but I mean, you know what? But again, it was all due to self, just it was unconditional. It's unconditional love. That's all it is, That's really what it is. It's not about, because I'm going to be blessed or good
Yeah.
karma's going to come my
Not
way or,
not
expecting
expecting
something.
anything out of it.
Yeah, nothing out of it, nothing
You know
at
what?
all.
You know what's good though, well, for me, that I realized that God showed me that I'm to take care of, to do it in love and His love, and that's what I did, you guys. And
Yeah.
it's not easy, Fred.
Oh, no, yeah, trust me. Yeah, no, yeah.
But all that rewarding, just to see her smile and to laugh again and to to engage with us in conversation. And she was very smart. Being her age, she was smart.
No, you know what? And I can understand that because look, I had a conversation with excuse me, with Tony A. I was having a conversation with him about that. See, it's one thing to tell you the story, and you know the story, but having to go through the emotion is a whole different ballgame. It's just like it's a lot. Uh, it's an emotional roller coaster. You know what I mean? It's just you know.
And I'm not saying it like it,
It-
like
it-
I don't want to be like I'm not saying it to say that to
Mhm.
but I'm glad that I was able to find that peace and
Yeah.
love. And, like show her that I'm not angry doing this because I was mad, you guys. I was very upset at the time. Like I went through it. Why me? Why me? Why this? Why that? But thank God.
You know,
It was
but usually too, like the way I saw it too was it didn't matter if it was a holiday, if it was rain or shine, if it was light or nighttime or whatever. It was I had to do what I had to do, and it was 24/7.
Yeah.
365.
That's
There
good.
was no like, oh well, I have a day off, or none of that. It's straight time. But you know what, guys? I'll end my part on this. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it again.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
just brings us back to the question, or what you were saying, sis. Like, would you do that for your spouse?
Yeah.
I would say
Absolutely.
110%. I would. I would
Yes.
definitely be there for my husband
Yeah.
like that.
That's good.
Just like I know he would for me.
That's what love is, man. That's what love's about right there, man.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. That's love.
It is. And it's not that it's easy, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not,
Oh no.
I didn't have like, maybe, Denise, you had probably the 100% or 99% of it. And same with you, Fred, caretaking responsibilities. But with my grandfather, I did take a huge percentage of that on, along with my mother and my aunt, but primarily my mom and myself because we were more comfortable with the medical things that he needed. We had him at home. That's what his wishes were, but he needed some medical interventions that had to be performed. And hospice teaches you certain things.
Yeah.
God bless him, and my grandma was right there. And I honestly, you guys, I feel highly honored to have served him in those
Mhm.
in those last times of his life because
Yeah.
he was like a father.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
That's the least I can.
No, yeah,
You-
yeah.
There's
That's
this
the
thing
thing.
that I watched on YouTube, and it was a young man. I think this. I'm not getting it all correct, but I know I watched it for a while because I was watching his episodes, his podcast or whatever. He was 18 years old or 19, very young guy, and he had a girlfriend, and they were together for a long time. So what happens? He gets injured at work. He's a construction worker, and he gets smashed by this dozer, or I can't remember what it was. It fell and collapsed on his body, right?
Thank you.
They thought he was gonna die. I mean, everything was gone from the bottom of his stomach down, just pulverized, and stuff. So he survived it, and that girl stood with him still after that. Now he don't have, mind you, from his just below his belly button down is gone, and one of his arms are gone, and he's still moving around, still doing what he's doing, and living his life. And she's still with him. She's still with him, which is good.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing. I was watching their episodes and stuff like that, and she didn't leave him or nothing. And he's, but they thought he was going to die first, and he survived. But it was a trip.
And you know what, you guys too, I didn't want to and I felt at the time, I don't even want to say this, but I didn't want to put that on my girls. Like I wanted my girls because I saw them living life, going out and having fun. I remember being their age, wanting to go out and have fun. Because I was young and I was taking care of my sister's twins. She had twins when I was like in 6th grade. So I was there feeding the kid, the babies throughout like sixth grade, all of my junior high, some of my high school. But I was one thing I didn't want my girls to have to do, and it took me to like, I guess I had this nervous breakdown because I had fainted and I was exhausted. The doctors, they were like, yeah, she's exhausted. What do you do? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. So the girls were like, Mom, we should have like, we would have stepped up, we would have helped and snap. And that from that day on, they helped and they were a big help because I was not only got to relax, I was able to like have help. Like this is real stuff.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to say it out loud, but when your body kind of says it for you, and that's awesome that your girls were able to kind of come in
And I'm telling you guys now, we're so blessed with our girls. We live in the neighborhood. We live on the last block of our neighborhood. We don't live in the middle of Melvin's neighborhood, but they easily could have became, cholas. And we were just talking about that today. I was like, man, because I was watching this documentary on Lowrider, and their kids already like taking over their dad's their dad's cars and stuff. So the girl was like, yeah, it's our turn to take over my dad's what he used to do and stuff. But I was like, no, that's a blessing. Like our girls came out good. Like they're good, you guys.
Good.
I didn't ask for anything more or anything less. Like they all love what they do. I've told you guys that several times. They love their jobs. Who wakes up to loving to go to work? Like they don't love it's hard, but they like it.
They like it, enjoy it.
They don't complain. They don't come home saying, nah, this and that. And I'm so grateful for that. So,
shout out to them. All of our kids, I feel like, are blessed. They're a blessing to us.
yeah, all of our kids are stories that we tell.
You guys, that's what's up. I really feel like this was a great episode, you guys. And you know what? You choose who you love and who you fall in love with. And
how you want to
the
love.
people we brought up in the pictures, it was kind of like, these rich guys in the industry is a thing. But in real life, if it's something that you fall in love with someone that's much older than you, much younger, as long as it's legal, do your thing. You know what I mean? But I just go ahead.
But let me say this though. We look at it, somebody getting older and then they can't do anything for themselves, right? I mean, I was, quite a few years, my ex's senior. But see, my thing was all the time, when you get a certain age, I'm not going to do this and this and that, whatever. But and I think I've said this before, on here. My thing was always, okay, God forbid there's an accident. And even though I'm older than you, but you get the worst of it, now I got to take care of you. We never stop and think that kind of stuff. And in these relationships with these older men, we think, well, she's in it for the money. He's gonna pass. And she said, well, what if something happens? And is he gonna take care of her, or is he gonna go find the next one? I'm just saying, love is a very important thing, and that's a key thing. So it has to be real love. It can't be just, Oh, that's my sister. Shout out to my sister. Yeah.
Who's your sister? Who's your sister? Elsa?
Yeah, Elsa. Yeah.
Hello, Elsa.
She's out there in Illinois.
We ought to talk about that
probably
next week, you guys, about curses too, like family curses that we've broken.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of us.
Okay. Yeah.
I know a lot of us have broken those.
We do that, and also we're gonna post a community post. Some of us might have something picked out already, but we may be trying to choose an outfit for our spooky season episode next Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
You guys check the community page to help decide.
You know what? I'll say this, guys. Mine comes in tomorrow.
Nice.
Coming in tomorrow. So
I haven't. I haven't figured this out. Okay, I'm doing trunk or treat at church, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the first time that I'm going to do the trunk or treat at church. Now, you know how they decorate the back of the car. How should I decorate the car? I don't want to be too scared. Do you
They have
Halloween?
fun Halloween stuff. They have fun stuff.
Yeah,
Do,
there's
do-
fun.
you don't make it scary, right? You don't make it scary, right?
Yeah.
No,
I don't do scary.
So what do you think? Well, give me some ideas here because I need some help with that, honestly.
you know what?
I mean-
Shoot you some pictures of some stuff my daughter has too, because she decorates her bedroom. My older,
Yeah.
the one that's home anyway, she's 20. But she's good at decorating. But I would do like maybe spider web type stuff, but nothing too
Okay.
crazy. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Maybe put some pumpkins in there, like harvest type.
Hey, so, I'm the type of person. Should I scare him? No, just, I'm that type of person. Did you see what that? Did you see? Did you see what they did? Did you see what I posted on my Instagram? I don't know if you've seen it. With the little babies crying, and then all of a sudden they get
Yes.
the cheese and go pass, right?
Yeah.
And then I says, "Don't be giving Grandpa any ideas, man." So I said, I told the other day yesterday when I went and purchased something, right? And the girl I was talking to her at the cash register, and she was Korean, right? And so we're talking, and she was just talking to me about her stuff, saying I was a singer and this and that. And I said, "Oh yeah." And so we're chopping it up, and she goes, "But I didn't really make it." And so I busted down in tears, and I says, "Okay, let me go get a piece of cheese for you." I told her, and she started laughing because she's seen that before. And she goes, "I seen that." She goes, she was busting up. I said, "Come here, I'm gonna give me a piece of cheese. I'm gonna hit it on your head and stop crying."
Yeah, hey, you know what? That's a trip. You know what? You know what? One more thing, guys. I'll say, going back to everything else about the women and the stuff like that,
Yeah.
and the men. A lot of people made this big old deal. You know, a lot of people did get into this big old deal about the film 50 Shades of Grey, 50 whatever that trilogy. See, and some people, you know, I know people that were like, "Oh no, it's a beautiful story," you know, this and this and that, right? But here's my thing. I always said, okay, you know what? Change the perspective of it. Well, how? You know, no, but it's a beautiful story. Okay, granted, keep it that way. Okay, but take Mr. Gray, the guy that played Mr. Gray, take him out and replace him with John Goodman and keep the story the same. Is it the same effect? Is it the same effect? That's it.
Okay.
It's the same story.
Okay, wait a minute. 50 Shades of Grey is a movie, right?
Yes.
I never seen
Yeah.
it.
I
But
never
I
had
like the
Okay.
song. I like the song by
Okay.
Weeknd.
No, yeah. Go ahead,
Kink type, like a kink type show, right? Like he's into some domineering type of acts within the romantic area of the religion. Okay.
Yeah. But see, they put this guy who's like, you know, a certain image to where he's like, oh my God, you know, all this, other, you know, maybe not to all women, but to a lot, you know. But you know, but they said, but it's a beautiful story. You don't understand. Okay, but keep the story the same and put John Goodman in there.
There you go.
So they still have the same effect. If it's a beautiful story, it's going to remain.
Cholo.
You know?
Okay. Dan Goodman.
Danny
All right.
DeVito.
Now. Bro.
Oh my God, I got dizzy, bro. I got dizzy. Oh my God, that is, you know, dude, I got dizzy, dude. I went, wow.
Take a deep breath,
Oh my
Fred.
God, I got dizzy.
Take
I
a
got
deep breath.
dizzy.
Whatever part of my heart was starting to soften instantly closed.
She was kind of leaning towards that, then all of a sudden you just killed it, Cholo.
Hey, Cholo has to come on next week. Tell him to dress up and come on.
Right?
Yeah.
So, this was a great episode, you guys.
Jenny Salvi says, Casa legs hanging from the truck. We don't want to show them bony legs.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
funny one.
what do we have going on this next week? House, you're doing your trunk or treat coming up, or
Yeah, I got the trunk or treat, and I'm gonna do a trial test on my live on this thing, but I'm creating stuff to go with it, so it's like taking longer than expected. Plus, I didn't realize how much time, and then I had to take my controller back over there because it gave out. I bought a controller, so then it gave out, and something went wrong with it. So then I had to get another one. So I went and got another one. So but I'm preparing everything because right now what I'm doing is I have so much music, and I'm assigning them folders, so I know where to go. So it makes things easier,
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just gonna set up my crates basically. And once I set up my crates, then I can say, okay, this is for the first one, this is the second one, and go on and prepare myself. And then I got to figure out how to interject something in there, which is in between, So that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm doing this all myself. It's not like I have a producer or anything else.
Right.
I'm figuring it out myself. I never mess with certain things, but I just figure it out,
But it will be worth it when you do it.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah.
a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. I'm excited.
And I'm gonna have all kinds of music. I was going through all the music, and I'm like, damn, I have this one. Okay, this one gives you in this kind of mood, and this one puts you in this kind of mood. And plus, I got other things to go with it that I have to convert those, because I don't want to put the video on. It's just gonna be the sound and stuff. Not the sound, but what it is, what's about. And it's just to pick up people, in the morning time, get them going. In the nighttime, relax, chill, or whatever, and go from there.
Nice.
Yeah, right on. I'm excited for it. We can't wait.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to.
I wish I had a co-host like what do you call those when somebody sit next to you so you could chop it up?
Yeah,
you know?
Maybe a visiting co-host. You never know.
Do that every once in a while. Invite somebody on.
Yeah. I got this guy. Steve. You met Steve, right? Denise, you remember
Yeah.
Steve? Not the big Steve, the little one.
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
with
he's got a thing going on in January the 10th, and it's at Pachanga Casino, and it's going on cracking there, and he's going to be selling tickets. So he comes by and we swing things out there, and then I got what's his name to go over there to perform. What's his name? Estevato. He's going to be doing this comedy there before everything, so which is cool. So yeah, he's gonna be doing something. So hey, maybe if you guys want to buy tickets, and it's January the 10th,
Right on.
and they're gonna have
that's a
there's a
big
group there's a group there. I don't know if it's from the Stylistics or it's somebody from either the Stylistics or somebody that's gonna be there singing towards the end. It's a kind of a thing where they're gonna play music, and then dancing and everything, food. Like I think they're gonna have what do you call that? He says it's the fajitas thing. It's free. It's included in the thing where you could eat. And then they're gonna have like 4 bars, I guess. 4 bars, and then music, and then a performance
Also,
from
like
that
a
guy.
buffet type thing?
I can't remember what's that.
It's like a buffet type thing?
Yeah, you just whatever you eat, Yeah, and then what was I gonna tell you? There's a guy that's going to be singing at the end or whatever during that time, but I'm not sure who it is. But he's a well-known person. He's an oldie singer, and I don't know if it's from the Stylistics. Not Norman Carter, no, it's somebody else. Yeah, somebody else.
Okay.
Okay, Fred, what do you have going on this next week? Anything you want to share?
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to the gym. I'll be going to the gym. Maybe tomorrow, or maybe what's tomorrow? Wednesday? Yeah, be going to the gym.
Get
Maybe
it.
Friday.
Get it, brother.
Oh
Get it,
no! Gym's buffet. No.
Well, then get it.
It's buffet.
Get it.
It's not even there. You're buffet, right? I'm cool. I'll be there.
Hey, 1, 2, 3,
No, I
Right?
gotta. Tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna take a trip. I'll probably go up to Salinas. I got to take care of some personal matters and stuff. Visit a good friend. You know what? Yeah, I'll probably go out for a little bit too, though. At the same time, not at the same time, but later on in the week. And,
All right.
See what happens. And yeah, more content. Hopefully, more content this Friday and stuff. And I've been debating about.
I watched the last one you put up. The last
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
one. I sat
Thank
down.
you.
I was
Check
watching
that
it.
out, the last one.
Yeah.
The I'm gonna post
Yeah.
on the community section too. You guys can check it out. Two-Face
Thank you.
Entertainment.
Thank you.
that.
Thank you. I have a hard time sometimes coming out with the topics that talk about games.
Really well. I think you do well. You're
Thank you.
Yeah,
underestimated.
you speak. You do. Yeah, you do well. You know,
Yeah.
you get up there, you talk about it, and it flows fluently. You know, and
Thank
you.
it's
Thank
good.
you.
It's good.
Thank you.
Right.
Guys. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Here, since my brother announced it Thursday, be on the lookout for Cholo and I chopping it up on a certain subject on his channel. Cholo, you can
Nice.
Cool.
drop that if you want. Can't wait.
Nice.
Can't wait.
Nice. Definitely.
But we'll update you guys in the comment section. Denise, what about you? What do you got going on?
So nothing, just the game on Sunday. The Niners are playing the Cowboys. So
Oh, that's
looking forward to that.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
5:30.
what about them Steelers this week, man? The Steelers just
Uh,
beat the Jets, man. We
Did they-
beat the Jets.
what was the score?
Oh, it was 32, I think, 30 something, 37 or something like that. We beat them big time.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was a good game. I was a happy guy. You know, my house is generally quiet, and I do around the house and stuff. But when football's on, my neighbors are like, "Damn, he's at it again!" You know.
That's cool.
So,
That's good, though, man. That's good.
Yeah.
shout out to everyone that tapped in with us. All
Yeah,
of you
thank
guys
you, everybody.
show up
Thank you,
time after
everybody.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone that's new, we love and appreciate that. And everyone that shows up every week. All of my co-hosts. This is where you guys want to be on a Tuesday night. Those of you that share, keep it real, show up and join us. We appreciate you. With that said, make sure you join in the live on Chilu's channel. And there is the link right there where he and Deandra will be live right now with a guest. Because you know what? Why not
There you
show
go.
love and keep it real? So you guys go show some love over there. But until next time, we hope
We'll
to
see you guys next
Till
week.
next week,
Awesome.
and we have to dress up next week,
We'll
right?
be dressed up, yeah.
Be dressed
I gotta
up.
figure it out.
We're gonna
Yeah.
scare you guys spooky season next week on new topics. Much love to all of you guys, and we appreciate you so much. Okay.
God bless.
All right.
God bless.
Stay tuned.